Hi everybody, welcome to F-Secure. This is a time when you can ask us anything. My name is Gia and I will be your hostess for this session. I work with communications, but we're going to have a lot of different kind of people here to answer different kind of questions. And if you have any questions regarding also working at F-Secure, then feel free to ask us questions right here in the feed. Hi guys.
Hey. Hi there.
Let's start over here.
Right.
Who are you?
Okay, I'm Christine, and I work with the online protection team in F-Secure, and we do a lot of web content blocking, parental control stuff, and anti-tracking, and a bunch of other online-related like threat things that F-Secure does. So that's basically my field.
Okay. And who are you?
Yeah, I'm Christian Fredriksson, and I'm the CEO. I've been here for over 4.5 years now.
Hi, my name is Janne Kauhanen. I'm a key account manager over at Cybersecurity Services and also one of our cyber translators. So I speak English and cyber, and I can translate between the two.
That sounds very cool.
Right. Hey, my name is Antti Tuomi, and I'm a security consultant at Cybersecurity Services. So basically, I hack things for a living.
You hack things for a living?
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So
It is.
Christine works with parental controlling and trying to...
web threats and anti-tracking. So we protect people from themselves, basically, online. Yeah.
That's pretty good. And then we have the CEO who works with pretty much everything.
Pretty much, yeah. That's the job, keeping everybody safe.
And then we have a cyber translator and a
hacker.
And a hacker. Oh my God. Yeah. Where am I? This is okay. So let's cut to the chase. How did you end up at F-Secure?
Oh, are we starting here?
Yes.
Okay. That's unexpected. I'll leave my coffee for later. Originally, I started my career in cybersecurity with a company called Entrance that was started by our founder, Joachim Sandström, some roughly 10 years ago. And originally, I was very interested in computer security and computer things, everything in general, very interested in many kinds of things. But then I happened to get acquainted with Joachim, and he showed me the ropes of like what computer security is actually about. And at that time, he was starting the company called Ensense, which was later on acquired by F-Secure. So I started in that company in developing security tools and slowly getting into the actual like security testing and security consulting business as well. So long story short, here I am. Ensense got acquired by F-Secure, so now we've got bigger frame of things to do and lots of more variety in our customers and everything. So that's where
bigger family to do stuff with.
Yeah, exactly.
I think your story is fairly typical for our security consultants. Not many of them, not a lot of kids growing up know that you can do this for a living, like be a white hat hacker and break into things and get paid for it. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, and exactly, and it's not something that they like explicitly teach at, for example, universities.
Yeah.
So my background is
hacking school.
Yeah, hacking school. Hard enough.
No thing as hacking school.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, my background is from the Helsinki University of Technology, or the current Aalto University. So I'm majoring in computer science over there, but it's not. There's no like major in how to become a white hat hacker or how to become a security consultant. There's a lot of stuff that helps you in getting there, like understanding about networks and how let's say malware works and so on. But it's not like a straight path from school into the business. So I guess in that sense, many people have had a similar kind of experience that they've been interested, and that's eventually led them to the right place.
Yeah.
What about Janne?
I'm part of the same parcel. Like when you buy guys like Antti, you get guys like me as well. So part of the deal.
I suppose first on that one, I think it was fantastic with the guy's background, because as we moved into cybersecurity more and more, and as we moved, F-Secure has moved into corporate space a lot more as well, into more demanding cases of attacks and finding the ones who attack and protecting. It was very clear that F-Secure needed these kind of skills, ethical hacking, consulting capabilities, to be able to better predict how hackers work and think, and how criminals will try to get into networks and into our customers. So that's why it was so brilliant. And of course, I believe a lot in getting talent into the company. The idea has been that this is a hardcore security company. So this is not the people with slides, but people with real hardcore capabilities, as you can see around me here. And myself, I used to do software a long time ago, because I'm the oldest here right now. so obviously, my skills have gone a long time ago. So that's why we need these kind of people here, and that's of course where I came originally. So that's my background as well, engineering, and now long journey to be here as a CEO.
All right, Christine.
All right, so I'm originally from the Philippines. Like Antti, though, I'm computer science major, and I got into this work in 2003. It's my first job coming out of university. I worked with Trend Micro, and that was the time that I realized that I can actually do something a bit more fun and feel like you're kind of saving the world, and not just coding one module after another and then submitting, like finishing one ticket and moving to the next. And I found it quite cool, and that was 2003, and now it's 2016, and I'm still in this industry, so I kind of like what this industry stands for, and especially in F-Secure, because I can actually feel that this company really has integrity. And I like, for example, when we are working on something that you tend to go into gray areas, you can really feel that the company stands for something. So it's good to be here. Yeah.
So you're feeling like you work for a cause.
Yes, definitely.
What you're saying reminds me of this diagram I saw on the internet that had like these. It's a Venn diagram, so it had these circles, and there was a circle like things you can do, and things somebody will pay you to do, and things that are fun, and things that are good like for the world. And basically what you're saying is that we're in the middle where they all
You're
overlap.
in that sweet spot, and
We really are, aren't we?
That's true.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Because it's a fun place to work.
It is.
Definitely.
I actually have, Janne, a question for you. So you are working in cybersecurity, and you're saying you're coming with guys like Antti.
Yes.
So how much do you actually need to know about technology when you're working in sales for cybersecurity?
Not a lot. I mean, the sales part is mostly about knowing how to listen to customers, find the solutions that they need. It's traditional enterprise sales in that sense. So that's my skill set, dealing with enterprise customers. There's a member of my team, one of our sales guys, I don't think he understands a lot about what we do here in the company, but he's the best salesperson we have on the team. I mean, he doesn't let that stop him from closing those deals. I, on the other hand, do like to think that I understand a little bit about what these guys are doing, just enough to sort of both appreciate their skill set and also keep me awake at night a little bit, worrying that one of them will switch sides.
I think we have a really good balance in the sense that you do seem to understand and you're able to explain things as makes it really nice for me to work as a security consultant with like salespeople who actually care about the stuff and do understand and are kind of, let's say, driven to actually do it. It's really nice. I really like it.
So
I didn't know anything about this industry when I started 4 years ago. So you do pick it up. If you're in consultants on the side, but like marketing people, HR people, sales people, you'll pick it up. You'll pick up what you need.
So this is something that you can...
between the sales and
Sure. It's a love-hate relationship.
It's a subtle
Okay, so what would you say that a regular day for you looks like?
That's actually one of the best things about this job. I mean, you hear people always say the old cliche that no 2 days are the same, but that's actually true in this job. There's days when I think I have a pretty good understanding of what my day is going to be like when I walk in through the door in the morning, and then by 10:30, it's all blown to heck, and I have no idea what's going to happen, where the day is going to land me. And that's what I like about this job. I mean, I honestly I've tried a lot of jobs in my life, and I honestly used to think that loving your job is something that happens only in the movies. But in this job, every day is fun. Every day is different. Every day is unpredictable, and that's what I like about the job.
So Antti, what was the thing that surprised you most of working at F-Secure?
I don't think there were so many surprises yet. I mean, I did a long streak of consulting at Ensign, so it's mostly stayed the same after the acquisition. So no big surprises there. But we found some really good synergy between, for example, the consulting team and the malware labs teams. So previously, let's say, for example, if we one of the business areas that we work with is incident response and forensics. So basically, if one of our customers notices that there's something wrong in our network, we might have been breached or something. So what we would do is try to...
Hacker attacks is the word you're looking for.
Oh, hacker attacks, okay. Sorry, I'm sorry, I don't speak cyber like that. Right, in any case, one of the things that we do is help our customers isolate the issue and recover from it.
Investigate hacker attacks.
Yes, exactly. So one of the greatest things in that we've gotten out from being a part of F-Secure is being able to work with the labs team that really helps us resolve those cases. So previously we would have to rely on our own efforts to actually investigate what's going on in there. But if we do find the piece of malware, then now we have the malware team that investigates malware for on a daily basis, all the time. Yeah. So basically, we find the file and we give it to lab teams, and they go oh, this looks familiar. It's this one.
Yeah, and I mean, most hacker attacks that we're investigating actually do have a malware component. So it saves us a lot of time and effort just to pass it on to these world-class experts who do this thing for a living, and they'll just chew it apart, spit it back out, and we'll just take it from there.
Yeah. Also, they're really skilled guys and cool to work with.
Yeah,
so that's also a bonus.
That's us.
So, Christian, what surprised you most of working at F-Secure?
I suppose I've enjoyed. I don't know if it's surprised because that's what I originally when I came and what I've enjoyed being at F-Secure is. But I think maybe the passion, which I also have felt so strongly in this industry towards actually protecting. I suppose that's the incredible part of this job that you actually are doing an incredibly important and visible and fighting for the good cause. I think that's kind of been the great part of it. I don't think anything surprised me, but that's been the overwhelming great. And then also the comradeship inside this company, incredible comradeship and helping each other out, all to do the best for the companies and the customers that we are protecting. And of course, maybe if I take one, not from the company, but what surprised me the most, which I suppose was something that surprised everybody in this industry, if I think back in my time at Secure, was the Snowden revelations, right? That how far the governmental actions have gone, how far they have gone in terms of collecting data, how far and how capable they were. I think we as an industry got, when that happened a couple of years ago, we got pretty overwhelmed by wow, this has gone really far, and so that's that kind of capabilities, and that boosted us actually to also invest more and actually acquire new skills to the company as well. That was probably the biggest surprise to all of us in this whole industry, that hey, we actually got caught a bit off guard in that as an industry, I would say.
That's
Snowden.
Cool that you mentioned that, because one of the best things about the Snowden revelation for a lot of guys in this side was that I mean, before when we talked about stuff that came out in the Snowden revelations, it was like, oh, you guys with your conspiracy theories. And then when Snowden comes out with stuff, we're like, see?
What happened at the labs when Snowden came out?
Well, to be honest, it's actually not something that it's super surprising for the labs, because we have been seeing quite a bit of government malware for quite a while. And of course, what happens is it's suspected to be coming from this really big entity with really powerful forces and a lot of money, because for example, when Stuxnet came out and like how many 0 days it has, if you sell that thing like out there in the black market, you're not gonna put all of those in one malware. So when it came out, we were really thinking like this cannot be like one of these underground entities. It has to be someone big. And when the Snowden revelations came out, then it kind of put it into light and gave some sort of perspective on how big this really is. And it's not a conspiracy apparently anymore. It's kind of the reality that they are doing this as like a daily business. Yeah, so it's still scary to actually see it right there in front of you, but it kind of confirms your suspicions.
Yeah, that was big. That was huge. Christine, I have to ask you because you are here. You obviously, besides of me, but I work with communications, you're the only female here.
All right.
You're
There's a
working.
few more? Very
Yes,
good.
exactly, and that's what I'm also. And that's why I have to ask you also because you're working in a very like male-dominant environment. So, how many women do you have in the labs?
Out of 70 plus people, I think there are 5 or 6 women at the moment. So the ratio maybe is like maybe 10% of the people in the labs are women. Yeah. And well, actually, it's not really a challenge because like quite a few. I'm not sure. Maybe I've been in this industry for quite a while. That's why I say that. But like a lot of the guys in the labs, they don't really look at you as a woman. It's more like it's more like you're another person who's solving another problem. I don't know if that's good or bad for other women,
But I think
yeah,
that's
it's not like your gender is not a hindrance. It's really more on. So what are you doing? Like, what is your skill? If this is your jurisdiction, kind of, then you do that thing.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm not gonna give it to you because you're a woman. Maybe you can't do it. I have never felt that way with the labs and working in F-Secure at least.
I'm really glad to hear that because I haven't felt that either in my tasks. But then again, I'm not working with all the technical stuff as such.
I don't see any, like for example, discrimination when it comes to gender in the lab. So, and I'm even managing a team, and there's like a lot of guys in that team. They're perfectly fine with it. Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned discrimination, and I think that's actually like I wouldn't know. I mean, not being a woman, I wouldn't know what that's like being a woman in an environment like this. But I'm thinking, I'm seeing a lot of guys who would be considered fairly weird outside this environment. Like like people dress very interesting ways and are very interesting persons here.
Yeah.
So I think one of the good things about this company is that you can literally be who you are in this company. I mean, we don't do a lot of discrimination because everybody's a weirdo.
Do you have anything to say to this?
The company of weirdos.
I suppose the only thing I would add, by the way, on gender and all kind of diversification in the company is that women should apply and start early and believe that you can make it absolutely 100%. I think the technical area and cybersecurity space needs more women.
Yeah,
we
definitely.
need that capability as well, right? So we are lacking talent across the board as a whole industry. So please apply, get into it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Also, I think the whole company has like 30 plus different nationalities, or like it doesn't
Even
matter
more.
who you are, like even more now.
Yeah, I think we have even more than 30.
Okay, so it's basically like it's all about your skills, like what you bring into it, your interest, and like where your heart kind of lies. It's not really about like your package.
Yeah, but that's maybe what I mean. I mean, you could be orange and have a fish hook in your forehead, but if you're talented, that's all people are going to see.
Exactly.
What would you, Christine, say to any girl or woman who is considering a career?
Well, definitely go for it. I mean, I like the feeling of kind of doing something that makes a difference, like especially for someone like so young, fresh out of university, like studying, who likes to do these things, like look into the details of all these things online, or like with malware, or even just like an interest on anything cyber. Like it's something that's definitely useful to go for, and like this is a world that doesn't have like too many women, and opportunities abound. So come join us.
Yes, and I understand that there is not one single woman as a technical consultant
There you go.
in essence. Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
that all about?
Yeah. So what Christian was saying, just apply. That goes for all.
Because we know there are some skilled female hackers out there.
Definitely.
So why are they
Why
not
not?
here?
Yeah. Yeah. All female hackers, please join.
Yes.
Yeah, we're looking for you. Okay, let's get into another kind of thing. Christian, we have just announced that you will unfortunately be leaving F-Secure. But that's also a reason why I wanted to have you here, to share actually a bit insight into what it has become, what it has meant to become a fellow of F-Secure for you. First of all, if you want to become a fellow and a CEO of F-Secure, what does it require?
I think that you have to have passion for the industry. You have to understand technology and love technology, of course, hardcore technology. You got to be in it. And you have to, of course, have leadership experience and competencies so that you understand how to drive a strategy and how to execute on a strategy. And I think you have to be a CEO, you have to care for people, truly, in your heart. It's important for you, and you care for the fellows. And I think fellowship is about caring. It's about pushing yourself to become even better. It's competitive, and it's a great feeling to become one. And I think as for myself, when looking at moving forward, right, I have to say that I had maybe 3 dreams. I'm so much older than everybody here. So I've been around, but I had maybe 3 dreams in my professional life that I wanted to accomplish. I felt that I wanted to accomplish. One was to lead a great Finnish technology company, and this has been a total dream job. I have enjoyed every day. It's been an incredible journey. This is an incredible company, incredible people, hard-won, professional, hard-working, cybersecurity, hardcore people. And I will miss this dearly, and I will always have fellowship in my heart. And I had a second dream, which was that as a CEO, you realize that at some point of time you will have to leave, right? That comes, everything comes to an end as well, as in life, also in professional life. And as a CEO, what is more beautiful than that you can leave that one? I wanted that we show that this company can build not only hardcore security talent, but also leadership talent that can take over. I felt that that was an important part of my plan and succession plan. And then, of course, I had a third dream myself, which was that I would like to, because I knew that it's going to be difficult to find anything more interesting as a company in Finland anymore. So I felt as a third dream that I would still like to go and be a bit of export industry from a Finn, and I do love Sweden as well. So going there was kind of my third dream, maybe in professional life, so that I can sit in my rocking chair when I'm old and I can tell that I did these things, and they are something I felt passionately and strongly for, and I wanted so much to do this in my professional life.
Wow. Christian, you're making us cry. That was beautiful.
No, I totally get your reasons for the challenges that are ahead of you, but I do think that you're leaving just as the party's getting started.
I agree, and that's also, by the way, going to my second point. That I wanted also that when you leave, that it is a great place. The company is in great shape.
Sure.
It is a great strategy. It is growing. We are going to continue growing. It is a great place for a new CEO to take over. He's going to have time to get in, and it's a beautiful ride ahead of him and the whole company. And not so that it's in challenges, but it's in a beautiful space.
Yeah.
And that's when it hurts the most. That's when also, this is probably the best time to go.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that was my
Wow. We have this all on tape, we can watch this later on and get back to your words.
Yeah.
We had a question online about how do we educate the next generation of cybersecurity talents. Who wants to go for this one?
There's an academy. I don't know if that's the official name we're calling it, but
Yeah.
I know for a fact that there's a sort of a trainee program type of thing. I think it's in
Yeah.
two folds right now. We're training people from within the company. So if you join the company for another position, doesn't work out, you can sort of transition to whatever other areas. But we are also, I think we are, I don't know if it's launched yet, but we are looking for young talent that we sort of have this trainee program for. Because our problem was finding guys with Antti's experience. Like, he's a young guy, but he has tons of experience in the field, and you don't find that out there. So we're getting young people and just heaping all that experience on them.
Yeah, exactly.
So there is the, I guess you call it the academy.
Yeah, I think it's being, it will be published at some point.
Yeah.
We have been discussing it, but
Yeah.
I don't know enough about the actual how it's going to work yet.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it will be there.
Yes, we have a plan for that.
Yeah, and I guess it's aimed for people who are like doing something security related at the
Yep.
moment. So maybe software developers, infrastructure managers, admins,
Yep.
people like that, but who are interested in security, who maybe have dabbled with security in their current jobs. Maybe students who
Yep.
are studying this field. So these are the kind of people we want for the trainee program, I guess.
And as far as I understand, there's plenty of like cooperation going on with universities,
Right.
at least in Helsinki at the moment. Personally, not sure if elsewhere as well, but at least in Helsinki. So that's at least a good starting point.
Yeah.
And then, because we are also trying to acquire talents from everywhere else, like anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And Christine, everybody else is from Finland, pretty much, I take it, in this company, or here sitting together with us. But Christine, you are from Philippines, you said.
Yeah.
Okay. When did you move to Finland?
I moved here like around November, towards the end of November 2011, which probably the locals here would argue it's the worst time of the year to come to
Yes, it
Finland.
is.
But it only got better from there.
Right.
I got in during the worst. But yeah, and the first few months have been kind of a challenge because I was working in the Kuala Lumpur office of F-Secure before that for 3 years, and then before that I was in Manila. So those are like really big metropolis, really noisy, like nightlife and everything. And then I come here and it's like quiet. And then
Small town Helsinki.
Yes.
exactly, it's like going back home to my ancestral home. But after a few months, actually, it's weird because like it kind of it grows on you, and then eventually it ruins you. Because like for example, like, when I go back home and visit my parents in the Philippines now, after a few weeks, I feel like, oh, it's so noisy. Maybe I miss Finland now. Oh, what's this? Why am I missing Finland? So yeah, it's quite a nice place actually. It's a nice place to be. Yeah, the locals would maybe argue like against the weather, but
How are you coping being a foreigner in Helsinki? Can you live here without knowing Finnish?
yeah, pretty much. Although I did study Finnish class and I did like punish I guess the guys that are handling my bills, like the phone company and like a few guys who are handling the apartments there, because I don't have enough Finnish to communicate with them, but they do try, and the locals are very helpful actually. They, like for example, if you're doing some side parking on the road, somebody's gonna tell you like, hey, your car is gonna hit this area already, so go forward. And that's something that it's like people kind of look out for each other, and it's a very good thing about Finland. Yeah.
What has taken most time to get used to?
Don't say darkness.
Darkness it's a good one though.
Yeah, well, the cold definitely, but for me, I think the quiet took a few months for me, because I was really used to living in like something that there's always like noise around you, and now it's like quiet. But apparently, eventually, you really like it because it gets you thinking a bit more. Yeah, relaxes your mind.
That's nice to know. Finland is a nice place in that sense, that you actually notice that when you go somewhere else and then you come back home and it's very quiet.
Yes.
You can find the peace and quiet.
But I like the way, I mean, that's just not just the Finnish like national character. It's actually something that's produced in us by the environment. because you got it. So it's not about Finnish people being closed and like I don't like my neighbors or anything. It's just something that happens when you live here.
Or maybe it's contagious.
Oh no.
Nordic.
I'm done
Yeah.
for.
Christian already touched a bit upon the subject of being a fellow and what it means to be a fellow. What does it mean to be a fellow, a part of the fellowship for you?
For me, it's this feeling that you get, like this level of support that you get from your peers whenever you're working towards a common goal. Because, for example, if we are thinking of what to do with a certain product, it's always with the aim of how do we add more value for our users? How do we protect our customers more? And then everyone just, there's this, I don't know, it seems spiritual even sometimes that everyone just kind of gets there and really does their best to, like, how do you really protect people when you want to, for example, anti-tracking? Or how do you protect them from this type of malware like ransomware? And people just pitch in, and you can feel the passion, as Christian has mentioned earlier, and it feels like you're part of this big whole, and I think that's the best definition of fellowship for me. It's kind of hard to quantify or to put your finger into, but
I really understand what you mean, even though we're kind of work in different parts, since you're in the labs and we're in the consulting business, but we have the same kind of, I think we do have the fellowship kind of thing going on as well. So I think my colleagues are like the best colleagues ever. I really enjoy working with them. We've got this great team spirit that we help each other out when somebody's in trouble. We really do our best to help our customers out, and we do it together. And it's really nice working with them, but they're also really nice guys. So I enjoy spending my free time with them as well. So we play computer games, Overwatch, League of Legends, whatever. Okay. We go out for dinner, we go out for beers.
Yeah, definitely.
So
it's the same.
Yeah.
Should
So
I-
it's really nice how it's even though we're like in fairly separate entities, and we still have the same.
Yeah, we kind of feel the
Yeah,
same.
yeah.
Like how,
Right. Should I, at this point out for our Periscope viewers that the word fellow here at F-Secure means our fellow employees. So it's a word we use to call each other. So just in case you're wondering, why are they talking about fellows all the time?
It's a fellowship of the rings.
Fellows. Kind of.
I mean, we have this marketing slogan actually up above my head saying we're driven by the challenge, and I think I think that's part of the fellowship. That when we are challenged, it brings us together, and we're very like goal oriented in that sense. I mean, we do have a lot of fun. I mean, we spend a lot of time in the CSS offices playing foosball every day, but like when there's work to be done, everybody just cracks on it, and things happen.
Definitely. I think, by the way, that's a beautiful one's kind of way of saying about what we do. What fellowship in a way also means for the outside. Means this driven by the challenge at your side, watching your back. I think that's a lot what this company does for corporations, and that was of course the great, unbelievable power of this company, I believe, and that was also going back to my third dream, of course, why it was very difficult decision, and I felt strongly that I want to only go for something which is equally interesting as a journey of a company and has the same kind of power as my new coming company has. So this is really a unique company, I think, globally of security.
Sure. Yeah, we worry about the security so that our customers don't have to. Switch on freedom.
Good attitude.
Well, he is a sales guy, so that's what he has to do, right?
One has to do that.
Yeah,
it's in his DNA.
exactly.
I can't not do it.
That's why you're so good at sales. Hey, let's round this up in the last question about what is your tip for anybody who would want to apply for F-Secure? Who wants to start? And if you're not choosing, then I will choose. Jonne.
Just do it. I mean, we're looking for good people, and I mean, yes, the challenge is that you've got to be really good, but the plus side is that when you get, when you join the family, you know you're really good. So I mean, it's a great way of testing out.
Yeah. Kind of a benchmark.
Right.
Of sorts.
Apply and see if you're as good as you think you are.
Yeah, I agree with Janne, but there's also the point that nobody is like perfect or ready when they start out. So, and especially if you're thinking like, okay, so I'm interested in security, but I don't know how to practically hack things, or I don't think I know enough about it. Then just go ahead and apply. I mean, you need a like a wide skill set to begin with, and you need to have interest and the capacity to learn. But you don't need to be ready like a consultant or a security guru to apply.
No, and if there's room to improve, we'll tell you, like, learn these things and then come back.
Yeah, just apply, and then, as Janne said, we just pile on the experience, and then
that'll happen.
And you'll grow.
Well, like to build on what they're saying, by the way, we don't just actually get world-class talent, we also make world-class talent. So if you have the interest, like really this passion to protect people online, or to do something with your skill set, although you're not sure exactly what, but when it comes to like, you want to do something cyber, something that you want to protect people online, it's a very good opportunity to be with F-Secure, and I think you should just like send in your application and join us.
Yeah, I think so. This industry is interesting for you if you feel that this is something you want to spend time and your strong effort on, and you have some of the capabilities, then this is a phenomenal place to be. Then you just need to apply and see how far it takes. I think it's an incredible company.
Awesome. I think we're rounding up here. Antti, Janne, Christine, thank you so much for joining and telling everybody about what it's like to work at F-Secure. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for
Bye.
watching.
Thanks. Bye now.
Bye.